Okay, Ji. Set and Venn diagram, lecture number 2. In lecture number 1, we made sure that we understand different kind of set from the universal set that was the main set. We understood the different theoretical aspect of the Set and Venn diagram. But the main things were intersection, union, complement with the example questions that we did. Now in lecture number 2, if you see that we'll be working more on the Venn diagram. So what are Venn diagram? Venn diagrams are made to represent information given in sets. Like for suppose, let's just do few example. A rectangle represents the universal set, that everything whatever happen will happen inside the rectangle. Let's say that we have A and we have B. If this is A and this is B, and we need to find out A intersection B. We need to find out A intersection B. That means the A intersection B will be the common between A and B. So if it is common, so if you see this is A, and if you see that this entire circle is B, so what is the common thing between A and B? Only this part. This part will be the common part of A and B. So we will always shade this part. So let's shade A intersection B the common points. Now, similarly, if I say that we have another rectangle and let's say we have A complement. So if A is there as a circle and considering this as the entire A, so what does A complement mean? Your universal set is the entire set of what? Your universal set is the entire set of rectangle that is given to you. So if the universal set is the entire set, so A complement will be not part of A, all the values other than A. So outside the circle will represent the A complement because it is not part. It is not part of A, but it is part of the universal set. So if we just want to shade this, we will shade the outer part of the circle, which will represent what? A complement. On the other hand, if we just see there are two circles, that means we have two sets A and B, and the examiner wants us to find A union B. What does A union B means? A union B means all the values of A and all the values of B. So if it means all the values of A and all the values of B, so we will be shading the entire A and entire B. So in this case, the inner circles of the A and B will be shaded. So this will be shaded as whole. Because A union B means all the values of A and all the values of B. But if this case would have been in such a way that there are two circles, and in those two circles, you have been given A and B, and you have been told A union B and whole complement. So that means in this case, A union B represents whole of A and B, but complement represents values outside A union B. So this means that the entire part outside the circle will be represented. That means A union B is this, right? But you need to have complement. So complement starts from the outside of the circle. Complement starts with the outside of the circle. So this becomes your A complement. So if you just shade it with the proper pen, so this would be, this part will be shaded. Only this part. So this will represent the A union B complement because the rectangle shows the universal set. Then what do we have? We can always write down that, let's say we have a rectangle again. With the help of rectangle, so this represents the universal set. There's a circle, there's another circle, and the question says A complement intersection B. A complement intersection B. Now, what does A complement represent? A complement represents, let's just mark this is your A and this is your B. Your A complement represents everything outside A. This is your A complement. If you just look at this carefully, the entire thing is shaded apart from the A. That means whole of B, just the few places, that means the circle inside A is not shaded, but apart from that, whole of B is shaded, right? But if you just look at B, for B, this point will be shaded. So what was the common thing? Intersection means what? Common. So what was the common thing between A complement and B? A complement outside A, right? And for B, it means only this point. So to shade this, for B, this was the point, right? So to shade this, we will only be shading this part because this part is the common part between the A complement and B. So we will be shading just this. So this will be shaded in this way. This is A complement and this will be intersection of B as well. Now let's just move to the other part. Let's say we have a circle again. Let's say we have three circles now. This is A, B, and C. And the question says A intersection B intersection C. So what does this mean? Common thing between all the three circles. So what we can see common between all the three circles is just this part. So we will shade this part only because this part comes under this line, and this line. So this will be the most common part between the 3 points. So we will be shading only this part. So in such cases, your Venn diagrams are tested and your Venn diagrams are always asked to represent the data given in the question in the shaded figure. So here's another example of what we can expect from the examiner. We can always expect such questions. The question directly says that PQR is in the universal set. On the Venn diagram, write each of the letter PQR in appropriate sub given that P element is coming from X intersection Y intersection Z. So when we say that all the three intersections there, that means all the three common points. So your common point is this only, because this comes under X, this comes under Z, as well as this comes under Y. So this point will be written as what? P. So let's just mark this thing as P. Then what do we have? We have Q, and Q says X complement, that means outside X, intersection Y complement, that means outside Y, intersection Z complement, that means outside Z. So this is X, outside means this whole. Then we have Y, so outside Y means this whole, and this is Z, outside Z means this whole. So if you see that you can't have anything inside X, inside Y, or inside Z. So everything will be outside X, Y, and Z because of what? Complement. And intersection, we need to take out common. So the common value between all the three intersection points will be the outside of the three circles because it is showing the complement. So we can write Q anywhere outside the three circles. We can write here, we can even write Q here, we can even write Q here, we can even write Q here, wherever you want. Then it says P union Y complement. R is equal to X union Y complement. That means this part X union Y. Out of X and Y whole, complement means outside this. So outside this circle, right? Intersection Z. Intersection Z means this Z is whole. So outside this, these two circles, but obviously in common with Z. So this part will be shaded. So we can only write down R here. Because this represents X union Y, outside X union Y complement, obviously, and intersection Z, that means inside Z, the common part is this only. So here's another example question. The use a set to describe the shaded subset in the Venn diagram. So shaded subset. If you see that shaded part is outside L. So one that you need is M complement. And if you see that it is inside N, so it will be part of N as well. But M complement means this whole, right? And then your N means this part. So it is just showing the common part between N complement and the N. So it should be N complement intersection N. So the answer for this will be M complement intersection N or N intersection M complement, that is all up to you. So such questions are even tested by the examiner in the past paper.